Hello, welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Chat About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke as crowned by one of my haters. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you to everyone who's joined me already. I couldn't do this without you. I'm trying to get to 1,200 subscribers. Can I do it? Now, the IBA, the International Boxing Association, did a press conference on Monday. They did this in order to try and address the boxing controversy that is going on and the battles between them and the IOC. There were several articles out there explaining what's going on. The press conference itself seemed a bit of a chaotic mess, in my opinion, on the video. But I have found something on the IBA website that I think we should actually take a look at, because the articles were just reporting everywhere and saying things were ridiculous. I wanted a bit more of a straight up fact presentation on the screen, really. Unusually, I've not made any tiles for it because I want to take a look at it as a whole. IBA clarifies the facts. The letter to the IOC regarding two ineligible boxers was sent and acknowledged. The International Boxing Association has clarified the facts that led to the disqualification of two boxers, Manny Khalif of Algeria and Lin Yu-ting of Chinese Taipei. Iman has been participating in IBA competition since 2018 and Lin Yu-ting has competed since 2017. Current IBA management, having been in leadership since December 2020, has been on top of the problem from the very first IBA Women's World Boxing Championships they conducted in 2022. IBA cannot comment on previous interactions and lack of leadership actions in this regard. Remember that the statement that the IBA released with regards to these two particular athletes covers the 2022 examination of them and the 2023 examination of them. I've noticed that quite a few of the press reports that I've been reading have been failing to also mention 2022. Following many complaints from several coaches, boxers agreed to gender testing. Blood sample collection was made on 17th of May 2022. System Tip Laboratory from Istanbul, license number 194MRK, issued its report on 24th of May 2022 after the competition ended. The laboratory detected results that didn't match the eligibility criteria for IBA women's events, which we have their word for, I guess you could say, because they released that statement. Khalif won the silver medal in the category 63 kg, Lim won gold in category 57 kg. One test for each athlete was not enough to make a decision with respective consequences in the case that one test mistake is possible. The lawyers advised to monitor the situation and to contact the IOC, which is the governing body of the Olympics. The situation was completely new to boxing, and IBA, following numerous consultations, decided to conduct a second testing before disqualifying the boxers. However, the second testing could only be conducted in a neutral country and within the IBA competition period. At the next IBA's Women's World Boxing Championships 2023 in New Delhi, Khalif and Lin were tested following their consent again before their first fights. Blood sample collection was made on 17th of March 2023. Dr. Lal Path Labs from New Delhi issued its report on 23rd of March 2023. The findings were absolutely identical to the first test results. On 24th of March 2023, IBA Secretary General and CEO at the time, George Yerolimpos, informed both Khalif and Lin about their exclusion from the championships for not meeting the eligibility criteria. The athletes received a copy of their testing and were informed about the possibility of appealing it to the CAS within 21 days. Khalif and Lin were informed accordingly about the decision and acknowledged it by signing the papers. The test details were attached to the letter. On 26th of March 2023, the IBA Board of Directors, by a majority vote, decided to ratify the decision taken by the IBA Secretary General and CEO on behalf of the IBA to disqualify Imani Khalif and Lin Yu-ting from the IBA's Women World Boxing Championships 2023. These tests affect the private life of the person concerned and constitute medical information protected as personal data. We are not allowed to publish these documents without the agreement of the person concerned. However, both Imani Khalif and Lin Yu-ting received a copy of these tests, and they never disputed it. They know these tests exist, and it is not fake. Both athletes were provided with the right to appeal against the board's decision to the CAS. Lin Yu-ting did not appeal against the decision to declare her ineligible, and it became legal and binding. On the 12th of May, IBA amended its technical competition and rules. After internal discussion, it was decided by the board of directors that IBA competitions will be concluded only between male athletes and between female athletes, which is what it should be anyway. Participation of DSD athletes, differences of sexual development in boxing competitions were found dangerous for health and security of the boxers. Amendments made by the board to the TNC rules. So they acknowledge the DSD, which we have discussed on this channel as it may be a potential thing that is going on here. It's not a great situation if it is a situation that Imane and Lin both experience. It's unfortunate. But like I said the other day, how far do you take it? Definition of men, male, boy equals individual with chromosome XY. Definition of women, female, girl equals individual with chromosome XX. Boxers will compete against boxers of the same gender, meaning women versus women and men versus men, as per the definition of these rules. To determine the gender, the boxers can be submitted to a random and or targeted gender test, which will be conducted by IBA in cooperation with the selected laboratory personnel. In case of adverse result, the boxer will be immediately notified by the IBA. In case of adverse result, the boxer will be disqualified from such competition with immediate effect and will be prevented from competing in further IBA-owned and sanctioned competitions of that gender. For this purpose, IBA will share such information with the relevant internal bodies respecting its confidentiality. On 14th of April 2023, Imane Khalif appealed to the CAS against the IBA, challenging the decision to disqualify her from the competitions. IBA paid its share of the procedural costs, which demonstrates the good faith of the IBA. Not many international federations agreed to pay their share of the costs in CAS proceedings. On 27th of July 2023, the CAS issued the termination order and terminated the proceedings because the appellant did not pay the costs of the proceedings. After the termination of the proceedings before the CAS, IBA and Imani Khalif were in contact to resolve the situation. In particular, the athlete provided to IBA number of medical documents which were examined by the IBA Medical Committee. On 23rd of March 2024, the IBA Medical Committee issued its report about the eligibility of Khalif. On 12th of April 2024, IBA informed Imani Khalif about the conclusions made by the IBA Medical Committee and confirmed again that she was not eligible to participate in the IBA women's competition. Therefore, her profile in Elite Women Light Welter was removed from the IBA database. She did not appeal against this decision of the IBA. IBA does not want to comment private life of a person. For IBA, it is not a matter of how Imane Khalif and Lin Yu-ting identify themselves. and what is written in their passport. IBA's main concern is that their hormonal imbalance affords them a distinct advantage over their female counterparts within their respective weight categories. It can be dangerous for other female boxers that we have already seen during the Olympic Games. Therefore, she is not eligible to participate in the IBA competitions. On the 5th of June 2023, IBA sent official correspondence to the IOC regarding the case. And if you click on this link, you will be able to see this letter. I will link this link to this website below so that you can go and have a look for yourself. On the 16th of June 2023, the IOC Sports Director, Mr. Kit McConnell, sent the acknowledgement email. That email is also linked here. On the 31st of July 2024, Italian Boxing Federation office sent an email inquiry to the IBA Sport Department asking about the facts that led to Khalif's disqualification on the eve of the bout but against their boxer Angela Carini at the Paris 2024 Games. IBA issued the first statement about Khalif Lynn cases following the multiple media requests on the 31st of July 2024. On 1st of August 2024, Carini abandoned the fight at 66 kg against Khalif at the Paris 2024 Games after 46 seconds. IBA condemned the IOC's eligibility rules that disqualified boxers to participate in the Games following that the IOC was warned about their ineligibility. IOC claimed at the press briefing that the organization has never been informed about the case, which was a lie. IBA was forced to give a press conference on the 5th of August, which is Monday just gone, and IBA issued a statement with a list of the facts and attached the documents following the press conference to conclude the case. Now, I'm not going to lie, I actually feel like that this was a very bullet-pointed, direct response that we actually needed, and I feel like we need to see that from the IOC. I think they really should sit down and put a major stop to this, the IOC. I think they really do actually need to get hold of this situation. People should be enjoying the Olympic Games and not being forced to ask multiple different questions because things are so conflicting. The IBA say one thing, the IOC say another. X says this, TikTok says another. This newspaper article says this newspaper article says that. People are throwing things around left, right, and center. And all because of this, the question surrounding women's sports objectively has now actually been raised once again. Telling people to don't listen to misinformation and stop spreading lies and things like that isn't going to resolve the situation. You need a more methodical process. The press conferences aren't going to resolve the situation either. Something a lot more pragmatic should have been done. Listen, I'm all for people with DSD actually having their own category in the Olympic Games. I actually think that wouldn't be a bad idea because, someone said to me the other day, why exclude people with DSD from the Olympic Games when they have potentially trained for something their whole entire life? And I say, well, you wouldn't put a Paralympian in that kind of situation, would you? But you have their own category. And I was like, well, actually, that's what we could have. We could have their own category. You don't have to say that they have DSD. You can just have a category. Much like trans women and trans men having their own category as well. I think that would actually be a great idea in many respects. So long as it actually protects sports, protects men's sports, and protects women's sports. Let me know what you think. Chat about it, don't shout about it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. for Keep It Positive. Leave a like if you'd like to and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.